message to the pituitary. Pituitary sends a message to
Doc,
the ovary.
please,
No, it's okay.
You will have to.
These are the only words I'm mentioning. I'm not going
Okay,
anything.
all right.
Pituitary sends a message to the ovary. The ovary causes, the objective is to get one egg to grow. So they are all in like maybe class 8, class 6 children sitting around. Then the FSH tells the ovary and says release one to become a teenager and an adult. That one, as in the process of becoming a teenager and an adult, releases estrogen, and the estrogen is what is going to be a very important discussion further on.
Right.
So that estrogen controls all kinds of things in your body. And then we have progesterone, and then you have your menses, or you get pregnant, and it goes on as a cycle every month. As we grow older, the number of eggs keep dropping, and after the age of 35, the number of eggs drop really, really fast. It's a precipitous decline, and that is why having children after the age of 35 is a lot more difficult than having it before 35. Just that the pool of eggs that you have to pick from keep reducing, and since the eggs are as old as you, that means the cotoge pain that you have,
the eggs
egg
are
too has
having
some.
to.
My bro, the eggs too have some.
Mabre.
It's not like sperm that we produce new ones every time. That is we have to have that
They're
discussion later.
growing with you.
But the eggs are growing with you.
Wow.
So that is, that's our normal system. But as the number of eggs reduce, then the ability of the ovary to respond to the signals coming from the pituitary gland are diminishing. And so it then produces less and less of the estrogen. The funny thing about estrogen is that as the levels goes up, it goes back to your brain and tells the brain stop producing the FSH because the estrogen is enough. Since you are producing less and less, that feedback mechanism diminishes. So the FSH levels rise, and that is why there's a blood test that we do when you are reaching that age that tells you that you are becoming menopausal, because the test shows that your levels
Have dropped.
have risen, of the estrogen has risen.
Okay.
Of the FSH, sorry, has risen because the estrogen levels are dropping.
Yes.
So the FSH causes you to produce estrogen, and if you don't produce, and if you produce, it tells the brain that it's enough. Don't produce more of the FSH. But since this level is not rising, this other one starts shouting to get you to produce more, and that tells us that Charlie, we are getting there.
Wow.
For you, the perimenopause part is the part where your body starts basically showing the signs that the estrogen levels are dropping. And that is when the menses starts becoming a bit irregular. You start missing some menses. Your cycles may become increasingly shorter. Basically, just notice that your menses is misbehaving, and during that period, the other signs start following.
Doc, let me ask you questions. So I know that if you're a woman and at a certain age your menses are acting up, they're irregular.
Yes.
It gives the doctors cause for concern.
Yes.
Right? So at what age do we begin to accept the irregularities you're talking about as, okay, you're getting there?
Well, you shouldn't accept it. The idea is that if your menses have become irregular, you should seek advice, medical advice. Your doctor will do the assessment. Based on the findings he gets, he can then tell you that, this your irregularity, it's due to menopause.
Okay.
That is approaching. This irregularity may also be due to a condition we call polycystic ovaries. That maybe your body has been managing your hormone levels until you got to a point where it triggered a problem, and now your body is no longer able to cope, and therefore your hormones your menses is now acting up. This could also be related to the fact that some contraception that you are using is causing your menses to act up. So it is not really an age thing.
Okay.
It is, you need to be assessed, because I have a patient who was menopausal at 32. I have another one who was menopausal at 29.
Yeah.
I have another one who was menopausal at the typical age of around 48.
And is that regular? 29, 32?
No. Those are
is that normal?
No, those are not normal people.
So is there anything that can be done to reverse it maybe?
We can make the menses come back if it's the menses they want to see. The challenge is the ability to have children with their own eggs is significantly diminished, and therefore it makes it very difficult for you to do that. But making your menses come is one of the easiest things to do. We can make your menses come like clockwork every month. You won't get pregnant, but it's not difficult at all.
Okay, so it really isn't an age thing for
No.
you to sit down and say that because you're maybe 45 and your menses have become irregular,
You can
you tell
automatically assume
yourself
that
that,
it's menopause.
oh, it
No.
is menopause.
For
So
some
then,
people, we've had clients who, at that age, around 45, the menses became abnormal, and you'd assume that, oh, everything is okay. But then assessment is done for them and discover that the funny bleeding she's having is due to endometrial cancer. In the perimenopausal area, it's very easy to ignore it.
um, trying to read around, I don't know how authentic that is. I mean, the different, pages I went and read says that your menses should have ceased for a year, 12 months. And that's when they declare you menopausal.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes, it's a definition, yes. No
But
menses for 12 months.
And this is after the assessment.
No, when you go for it, we will ask you, when was your last flow? You will tell us.
Okay.
We will then calculate. If, on the other hand, you want to use that definition for yourself, and you realize that your last menses was in January of last year, and you are in that age bracket, or you've been having some of those symptoms before, assuming you've been having hot flashes, for example, before, the mood swings, and those things before, and you've also had your menses stopping, it is fair to assume that most likely this is menses. But assuming
this is menopause.
This is menopause. But assuming you haven't had any of those problems, menses are just stopped for 1 year, it may not be menopause.
It may not be menopause.
Yeah.
So
I saw somebody 2 days ago. She hasn't seen her menses for about a year.
And the person is not menopausal.
No, she's not. The hormones are messing up.
I see. So what would you advise? After how many irregularities should you be running to see your doctor?
First of all, I would advise that you should have a doctor that you see regularly, at least once a year, even if everything is okay.
Okay.
Just to go and say, hello, how are you doing? Check me out, everything is fine. You go. So if you've had one irregular menses, you've had by the second one, everybody's allowed. We say everybody's allowed to have one fit, which is one convulsion. Anything more than that, we have problems with you. So if you have one cycle that misbehaves, we can monitor it and see what the next one looks like. If the second cycle too is still misbehaving, or you're having more than 2 of those episodes, I think you should get it checked out.
Okay, good. And let's talk about the assessment. What is being assessed?
Oh, first of all, in medicine, we actually lots of questions to try and find out what exactly is going on with you. And there are questions that start from the head almost all the way to the toe. And after we've gone through all those questions one by one, there are test examinations that we can do and tests that we can run. At the end of those, we add all the information together and then come to a conclusion that, oh, indeed, this is menopause. Funny thing is the fact that it doesn't always come appear the way some people may not notice that their menses is misbehaving, but everybody in their house notices that they're acting a little bit crazy of late. But the truth of the matter is that they're not really crazy. It is the menopause. In times past, people have been sent to asylum because of menopausal problems. Yeah.
Now it looks like information abounds. Okay, so that will lead us into me asking there's a woman out there who is 40, 45, and the person knows that, look, you're inching towards menopause. What should the person be expecting? Are there any lifestyle changes that this person will have to start making to be able to embrace menopause in a less complicated manner?
Yes, there are certain things that we can do, but things you can do before are still the things that we talk about, from ages before. We expect you to exercise. We expect you to get adequate amount of sleep and rest. And then we expect you to consume stimulants in moderation. You understand? And then hopefully we expect you to, in addition to that, communicate to the people around you and to your loved ones if you start having any of these things. But before that, you need to know what to expect, or what kind of things that can occur to you if you are approaching that age. One of the obvious things I would say is that the menses is has undergone some changes, but that is not the only thing that occurs. a lot of women complain of what you call the hot flashes, which is they sit there and they suddenly realize that their body starts feeling very, very warm, especially face and upper chest, and it can feel so warm that they want to take off their clothes, and so they want the air condition to be on a very cold level, whilst the rest of the family is complaining that they are feeling cold, but she's still feeling hot. The hot flashes can occur, in fact, embarrassingly, can occur at any time and at any location. People have had it in the middle of the supermarkets where they are walking about and suddenly they have this wave of heat and then they start sweating all over the place. That same problem can manifest in your sleep, and therefore you can wake up in the night covered with sweat, totally covered with sweat. Some people, it's so bad they have to change their sheets, they have to change their clothes just because of the amount of sweat that they have produced under those circumstances in the middle of the night. So for some, it's the hot flashes that becomes a thing that they really notice. Unfortunately, menopause affects the brain too. Estrogen somehow provides energy, or it facilitates the production of energy in the brain, and therefore the brain, when estrogen levels drop, do not work as well. It doesn't mean she's not sharp, but it means the brain, certain parts of the brain does not work as well. The result is that the ability to tolerate irritation significantly reduces. You understand? Because that part of the brain doesn't have. If you're hungry, you don't perform well as the way you
so
should.
you get easily irritated.
So you get easily irritated.
Yeah.
And sometimes impossible to live with. And if you don't communicate that, Charlie, something is wrong with me and I've noticed this about myself, people may think that, hey, those who are close to you, but they bear the brunt. It's those who are closest to you who bear the brunt of all these issues that you are going through. So they are the ones who may actually notice that of late she's become very irritable. Small thing you say no, then she'll flare up, and you don't even know when you can approach her. You come and tell today you told her something. Oh, the tap is not flowing. Oh, okay. Please arrange for the tanker to bring water. The next day you come, the tap is not flowing. It is your fault that water and sewage has put water off. What did I do?
That is when they start saying you're going crazy.
Then they start saying you're going crazy. You understand? But somehow it becomes your fault. Meanwhile, you didn't do anything. But,
oh my God!
But no, it's just the hormones acting up, and the result that the brain is not getting the energy it needs, and then you just memory loss, things that they could remember easily, they now don't remember them, as well. So all these things are things that would you may start noticing themselves. Words are difficult. A word that you'd use frequently now is like you're looking for the word and it's not coming, and things of that sort. Then when it comes, you continue. Your thought process continues. Your brain is still functioning. However, your lower energy level in your brain is affecting these aspects. So those are things that you may actually notice when or other people may observe about you and know that you are getting into the zone.
You'd realize that you're not functioning at optimum.
Yes, and as one woman described it, this is not me.
Oh dear.
I can't find me.
Ow.
Me is missing. And it's really confusing until she realized that this is what the problem is. Then she knows that, oh, okay, it's either I would, go through it, or it's so bad I need medication to assist me to function the way I want to function.
I was going to come there to ask you if there are interventions, if it is that bad.
There are interventions. In your lifestyle, we've talked about exercise. That if you exercise, it's noticed to improve this thing. If you try and keep healthy as much as possible, they say stop consuming certain stimulants. The thing about the stimulants is that not all stimulants are triggers for you, so you need to observe. For some people, if they take a lot of spicy food, they start getting hot flashes and things of that sort. You should know the things that for some people it's tea and coffee. You understand? For some people it's high sugar levels. So you listen to your body and notice that, okay, I've had a bad bout of hot flashes. What did I eat before? Last meal, the meal before the last. And try and associate relationships between the things that you consume and the episodes that you don't like. Once you can find that association, there are things that you just remove from your diet, and you are fine. They say the Mediterranean diet is
it's helpful.
It's helpful.
And if you don't have money for it,
we should start eating like Italians, and you start finding the kind of food that they eat, and you eat some. My father says that wherever God puts you, He has put the right nutrition and the
There.
right things there.
You have to find it.
You have to find it. Unfortunately, in our lives, we have moved to eating less and less greens and vegetables, and the only thing when we talk about the greens is salads. In fact, the major green in our diet is contombre. Maybe number 2 is okra. After that, maybe tozafi. Then it goes downhill from there. We rarely eat a lot of leaves in our diet. The Nigerians eat a lot more leaves than we do. There's some good pepper soup with leaves inside, which is fine.
It's dark.
Yeah, so they actually they have a wider variety,
and those help.
In our diet, and those help. They want you to have things they call, there are some plants that contain some amount of estrogen inside, plant estrogen. If you have more of those in your diet, nuts, seeds, apricots, soy or soy-based products, soya-based products, all those things give you a little bit more natural estrogen inside you. So we've got your diet, you've got your exercise, you've got avoid triggers. There are other issues that one would have, all the way down to dry skin and needing to moisturize the vagina because of pain that one has during intercourse, and therefore there are actually moisturizers that you can use when you are not trying to have sex. Just the way you moisturize your skin, they've got creams too out there to moisture so that when under normal circumstances you don't have the dry sensations over there, even when you're not having sex.
You're pushing us there. So I have a friend who is 49, I think, has started experiencing the irregularities, and then she asked that I ask you a question. But before then, I want us to establish these symptoms we are talking about. They're not cast in stone for everybody, right?
No. Some get more than others. So the percentages will tell you this is 70%, this is 40%. Everybody's story is a little bit different.
Great.
You just need to figure out, we all know your menses is going to misbehave. But the extent to which you have hot flashes varies from person to person. The extent that you would have, the memory issues or the emotional liability on things of that sort varies from one person to another. So you have to, it's your own story. And therefore, the treatment your friend is on is not the same treatment that you would also be on.
Great. So she has 2 questions. That there are times that her desire for sex goes up, like she wants to have sex very frequently and often. Sometimes in a space of 2-3 months, she realizes that she wants it very often. There are times too, she just doesn't even want to hear the sound of it, and that can go on for so long. She's wondering what's accounting for that as well. Is this all part of menopause?
Yes, and it's actually more typical that the desire for sex drops.
It will drop.
Yes.
Okay.
But maybe for a period of, in her case in particular, for a period in time, her husband has been taking her to some restaurants, be that they make some nice food that has some things that allows her estrogens to balance out a little bit, and the result is that her libido comes up, a little bit more. And then, since he's not been taking her to that restaurant after like maybe 2 months or something of that sort, she doesn't eat that kind of food again, and so it goes down. The point I'm just trying to make is that all kinds of things affect the libido. I mean, there are supplements, for instance, that we can give to you, and over a period of time, it increases your libido. So it's no longer as bad as it used to be. That same supplement too improves the hot flashes, because what it tends to do is that there are hormones that work against your estrogen. If you can get that hormone to go down, estrogen levels would rise.
Okay.
And this particular supplement gets that hormone to go down allows the estrogen levels to rise, but it also causes your male hormones to rise up a little bit. And that rise in the male hormone results in the increase in libido.
I see.
So one product is able to do 2 separate things. It makes a difference in the lives of people. So in her case, yes, it happens that way. She needs to find a way to, communicate that to her husband, that there shall be years of famine and months of plenty. So
when it comes to take advantage.
When you can take advantage of it and fill your barns.
I have a lot of questions coming up, but I want to find out, because this is Home Affairs, really, we're talking health, but you want to find out, when a woman is going through all of these ups and downs, and sometimes she doesn't even understand what's happening to her, what support should the men give around this time. Because, like you're saying, I remember having a conversation with one of my bosses, and then he talked about the fact that issues that had happened like way back, right, that they had dealt with and sorted out could be an issue that will come back to the table
Yes.
with, wife being so angry, sometimes crying as if it is just happening. And all that can be very, very, very frustrating. There are times you just want to run away from the person and go like, then crazy. So what support would you advise men to give to their wives or their women, when they're going through these phases?
Okay. First of all, we need to understand that men are not mind readers. When God created us, He took away that ability and gave it double portion to the women. So
women read minds better.
Oh, you can ask one small question, and they are thinking about what you are thinking about,
And what you haven't thought about.
and what you haven't thought about, and they give you an answer based on the question they have asked in their head, which has nothing to do with the question you asked. You understand? And when you're like, oh, but that's not what I asked, then they are still arguing based on, it is not. Please, I beg you, just answer the question that was asked and not what you think was asked. But because of that, men have no ability to read minds. And because we don't have the ability to read minds, we cannot know what is wrong with you until you say it. A man, even if it is in front of him, does not see. Let alone him not even being told. So I beg you, women, if something is going on, just tell him, make him understand that, Charlie, so I'm not right. Something is not right with me. I am not feeling myself. That communication needs to be there, including I am not feeling loved. Then you say, but I'm doing all the nice things. Yes, but I'm still not feeling loved. Something is not right. Once you understand that something is not right, then he knows that, oh, okay, now activate the super caring, super loving, super attentive, ignore all ills, see no evil, respond to nothing, accept that your wife has traveled and a surrogate is in her place and the surrogate misbehaves and reports to your wife, all that kind of stuff.
But do you have hope that that phase will go away?
It will go.
Great.
No, it will go.
Great.
But you need to know that she's in that phase. Men also need to observe, because no matter how hard we say tell us, so women will not tell you because she expects you to know. So you need to accept the fact that sometimes you need to improve.
In fact, the thing is that if you're caring enough and you pay attention to me enough and you see me enough, you will know that something has changed, and you will try to find out and be caring, other than me coming to you to, that.
You see why I say men shouldn't try and understand women. You should just accept them the way they are. Life goes very well.
Oh, dear.
So in the light of what you have just said, know that some people will be required to discern that something is wrong with them.
You have to play God.
All depends on your marking scheme in your house. So based on that, if you observe that something is going on and she's getting to that age or even a little bit earlier, maybe you need to be a little bit more understanding. Maybe you need to have certain conversations to try and find, is something wrong? Is everything okay? Do you feel okay? Even if she chops off your head when you ask that question, it is also a sign of the fact that, there's something wrong. Rather than, because not asking, marks shall be deducted from your marks and shall be held against you for now and forever. So try and, make inquiries. And after that, you just need to be supportive.
Very supportive.
You need to be supportive. It means sometimes you need to sleep with a sweater on because the AC is going to be on 16. Sleep with a sweater. It means sometimes you roll on the bed and discover that the bed sheet is wet because she's been sweating. Just get up, change the sheets. It's not a big deal.
Be nice.
Just be nice. You need to be because know that it shall pass. And if you realize that no, this thing is getting very serious, go with her to a doctor so that she can be given the right kind of support and medication to ensure that her hormones get a bit more balanced, such that she can function the way she used to function and be the woman that you fell in love with so many years ago, which is even better now because you don't have to worry about children and pregnancy.
Beautiful. I see what a lot of men are doing now, which I think is so admirable, is taking their wives to antenatal cares, right from day one. They're there. They take time off work because they have to go see the doctor and come back. I find that very admirable, and I think that, look, You guys will have to extend it to the women as well. Not just because you have a baby coming that will bear your name, but this is the woman who is the vessel carrying the baby. And if we're growing and getting to that space, I think you guys will have to extend the support to that level so that, you know, you chop all the accolades through and through. I have a question here that says, good morning, Adam, and to you, Doc. I love Doc's responses to your questions about what age we can peg menopause. I want to find out, can menopause be hereditary? So that my mom had hers at 34. I will have mine at 34.
Yes. There's a relationship between the age you have menopause and your siblings and your mother and your grandmother.
Are you serious?
Yes. So if your mother had an early menopause, you need to know that it is likely you have an early menopause. So if your mother's menopause was at 34 and you are 26, I suggest that you should take the whole having children business very, very seriously, because it's likely that yours too may come early.
Wow, that's new. Please, I want to find out if menopause can cause intermittent tiredness, even if you're not actually doing anything strenuous.
Oh yes. Fatigue, tiredness, on and off, unexpected. You are functioning, doing something, and next thing you say is, hey, my bro. So you hear that, hey, me my bro. It is, I beg you, it is normal.
This menopause business. Okay, so Doc says yes. When you reach menopause, can you be pregnant through IVF, as my wife is getting there? The doctor says her eggs have reduced. And does blood group also affect fertility like the O positive group? This is from Kwame.
Blood group, no, you can still get pregnant. And yes, even if you're approaching menopause, there are some tricks we can do to make your menses come back and to make the womb suitable for a pregnancy and to put a pregnancy inside for you to be able to have a baby. We don't like doing it very much because it's difficult. But can you do it? Yes. I've got clients right now that has been done for them. They are pregnant and the pregnancies are going on. The challenge has been, can the uterus come back to life?
After what?
After menopause. Because if once you are menopausal, the endometrium has stopped shedding. Now we need to make the endometrium rebuild to become good again, to be able to put a baby inside. So that is where the problem is.
Quite complicated.
Yes, complicated. So it's sometimes 3-4 months you're just working to build it. Once you build it, can it build? Can it shed? Can it be thick enough? Will it be well nourished? If you get it back to that stage, then you should be able to put a pregnancy inside. And yes, the pregnancy can stay. And yes, they can have children.
I can imagine that will also be very expensive.
It is more expensive than if a 35-year-old woman is trying to have a pregnancy by IVF, or a 30-year-old woman. So when people tell you, oh, I haven't reached there yet, so let me wait small, we are like, it is a lot easier if you do it when you are younger than if you wait until you are older. The challenges are significantly more.
Great.
So it's possible for a menopausal woman to get pregnant by IVF.
0302216541. We will activate the phone lines. I doubt if we're able to veer into the conversation on family planning, because that's also a big one. Doc, don't worry. We're not asking you to come back next week.
We will
find time to do that one
next year,
because people have a lot of questions. So we will find time to talk about family planning. I think people have a lot of questions, so probably we'll just focus on this and then find time to do family planning. Blessed morning, Adam. Blessed morning to you. Yeah, I have enjoyed your program today. Thank you. Please, can someone take evening primrose to curb all these menopausal discomfort?
Well, it's one of the products that have been suggested may improve but it works on it. It's an individual thing. There are things that we know, if you take this, it improves that. If you take this, it improves that. There are some too that people get an improvement on it. So, hey, evening primrose, we use it for premenopausal symptoms, premenstrual symptoms as well.
Okay.
So if you use it for it and it works for you, hey, you can try it. Just one bottle.
Great. Hello, good morning, Ajiman Joseph. Ajiman Joseph, are you there? Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Great, I am doing well. Yourself?
Oh, by God's grace, I'm also strong.
Beautiful. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask a simple question. For the menopause issue, is there something that the ladies do that they experience menopause earlier than it used to be?
Is there something that a woman can deliberately do?
Maybe
deliberately or
like what?
Like sometimes their eating habits, and then maybe sometimes the kind of creams that they use, and some of them the things that they use. Sometimes, those kind of makeups and other things. Do they have effect on them?
Okay, so for makeups and the rest, typically no.
Okay.
However, there are creams that people use, especially bleaching creams. They contain one of the chemicals that works against estrogen. So if you use that, your estrogen levels are being counteracted, and therefore your body may act menopausal before you actually menopausal. So those are some of the things that we need to be careful about. Diet, we want you to be healthy. We want you not to be carrying excess fat about. Excess fat about your body causes insulin resistance. Insulin resistance works against your female hormones, and the result is that you may produce less estrogen and more androgens, and that will cause also different problems inside your body and causes you to have irregular menses and things of that sort. So being overweight is not a healthy idea if you are trying to ensure that you have got good menstrual health. So those are the things that, yes, can have an impact.
Interesting. Good morning, Adam. Anytime you're having this conversation, the atmosphere in my home changes because I'm trying to have a child for 10 years now, and what science doc is talking about, I'm experiencing it. My husband is mad and he won't talk. All efforts is not working. And I'm even crying. This is from Mami in Takrady.
Yeah, but it is possible. Like I just said, even though you are having a menopausal symptom, it is possible to have a child. I think in your case, you need to see an IVF specialist, a fertility specialist who does IVF, and then let him go through the options that are available for you. And if you're a suitable candidate, it is possible to have a child. It is happening all the time in this country. 51, 52, even 56 recently. It's not impossible.
Mami, I'm wondering if you're seeing a doctor, you have a doctor you're seeing, and what conversations are coming up, because I don't think that sitting in your bed and crying is the solution. And if you and your husband are also not on the same page when it comes to handling some of these things, it's also a bit of a challenge. So I guess you guys will have to do a lot of talking and then get your doctor deeply involved. But if you want to see Dr. Aryertey, we'll put the number out there as well so that you're able to book an appointment and have a conversation on the next steps you can take. But hey, I know it's not a very comfortable place to be. All will be well, have faith. For your eye care challenges, look no further. Amasha Partners Limited and Eye Care has it all. Your eyes deserve the best care and quality designer eyeglasses. Amasha Partners and Eye Care undertake the following services: supply of designer frames, sight testing, supply of lenses, sunglasses, contact lenses, ophthalmologist in attendance, and general treatment. You can locate Amasha Eye Care at La Opposite Trade Fair, Sprinters adjacent ICGC before Community 18 Junction, McCarthy Hill, opposite Benji Lodge, North Kanishi. They are that's Swan Lake, opposite Greenhand Junction, Achimota. They are inside the Densua Plaza on the second floor. Takrady, Axim Road, opposite CBG Bank Hall, opposite Housing Junction, Kumasi Airport Roundabout, Kolebu, opposite ECG, and Koforidua Central Hospital Road, and Tema Community 1, Meridian Plaza. Numbers to call: 0302-939-850 and 0302-778827. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And did you know that playing any musical instrument or singing activates the brain in ways no other human activity can? It's the total brain workout. For the growing mind, music learning is an invaluable input to the brain's development. It is enjoyable, it instills discipline, and develops the mind. At Music Haven, we teach all the musical instruments. Talk about the piano, the organ, the violin, the guitar, the saxophone, the trumpet, and we teach both adults and children, so you are never too old to learn. Parents, why don't you enroll your children at Music Haven for a great musical experience, and actually yourselves too. We are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find Music Haven on the Mensa Saba Road near the Malamata Market and next to Teledata. Numbers to call: 0244356173, 0244356173 or 055-255-8398. We look forward to having your children at Music Haven. Make your children heroes among their peers. Music Haven, your musical coach. And it's the 5th edition of the Mikasa Home and Property Fair. Join us at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel on the 4th and 5th June from 9 to 6 p.m. daily to enjoy property discounts, intellectually stimulating seminars on everything real estate, and so much more. Entry is completely free. The Mikasa Home and Property Fair is proudly sponsored by Gold Key Properties, Val Real Estate Ghana, Electroland Ghana Limited, and Samsung, Swami India Ghana Limited, Vodafone Ghana Limited, and Asasi Radio. Now, some men are not supportive at all. I once forgot to tell my husband I have finished using the loo, and he said I am wicked and insane. Oh Christ. He is ignoring me and does not talk to me. Is this man also suffering from Menopause? What is that? This is Home Affairs. We're live on Joy99.7 FM, also on Joy Prime Television. We are having a conversation with the obs and gynae specialist, and our focus is on menopause. We thought we could do menopause and family planning, but these are two big subjects we're unable to handle in one show. So we're focusing on menopause now. Some other time, we will have a conversation on family planning. Doc.
Maybe.
Good morning. Doc, please hold on. We have somebody on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name, please?
Please, I'm Aisha.
Ivy.
Aisha.
Aisha, great. Aisha, how are you this morning?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Please, let's hear you.
Yes. Hello.
Aisha, you're on air. We can hear you.
Okay, please. My name is Aisha. Aisha.
Yes, Aisha, I
Yes.
can hear you.
I'm 43. Yes. I now experience stiffness of the... Yes, I said I'm 43 years now.
Okay.
Yes, I said I'm 43 years. And I do experience stiffness of the hand, especially the fingers.
Okay. So you want to find out what's causing
Is
it?
it a sign of menopause or some? What is it?
Okay, all right.
No, stiffness on the finger could be so many things, and I think it is most likely it may be she's not mentioned other problems apart from stiffness of the finger. Most probably it is just stiffness of the finger, and the problem will be local. I would suggest that she sees a doctor to take a look at it.
Okay. Aisha, so you have to see a doctor. That cannot be individually, said to be a sign of menopause. Good morning, Adam. Please ask the doctor. I am 45. My heart and my chest beats very fast. I have hot flashes. I have done estrogen test. The doctor says everything is okay, but it could be symptoms of premenopause. How true is this?
She has hot flashes, and her heart is beating fast. And she's at the right age too.
Yes.
Most likely that is it.
That is it. All right.
Most likely that is it.
Okay.
So, she should start making adjustments as to how she can cope with it.
Quick. Okay, good morning. We have someone on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Could you speak up for me?
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What's
So
your name,
my-
please?
Nana Kwesi.
Hi, Nana K.
Yes, madam. So mine is Adam. So I would like to say that I'm all for people having children as and when they want, but I also like for them to be aware of what is being discussed this morning, so that they will know that it could be that as at the time they want to have a child, will go as normal as it is supposed to, or this could be the reality, so that they will be prepared, and whatever that may be, it wouldn't be a worry for them. Because most of the times when elderly people have children, all we hear is, oh, this person was this old and had a child. But as to what they went through, it's not told. Do you understand?
Yes,
So
we do.
I guess we are aware of some of these things. We'll be prepared for the consequences, whether it goes normal or not. Yeah, and they're meant to ration out, do not solve the problem, provide solution, and stop misbehaving. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Dana Kwesi. Everyone in Ghana is feeling the pinch of current times. It's getting more difficult to buy the things we dream about. But Okadeco knows and understands the struggle. So they've sliced, diced, and chopped the prices of the beautiful furniture and deco accessories in the Oka Deco Price Butcher promo. I like it. They have sliced, they have diced, and they have chopped the prices. What is left is take off the prices. So this is the Oka Deco Price Butcher promo. Shop at Ghana's biggest furniture store between now and the end of June and enjoy discounts up to 20% on everything in store. That's right, 20% slashed off the price of their top of the line furniture and accessories. Wompe we na wopedeng. Keep your furniture dreams alive. Shop at Oka Deco Spinter Store in Accra and Kumasi and store opposite breweries today, not to miss out. Shop there today. You can shop in Kumasi as well, Oka Deco, and don't miss out. Think home, think Oka. Good morning, Adam. Please, I will be 47 tomorrow. Hooray, congratulations and happy birthday to you in advance. And I want to have another child because I have only one child. Can I give birth at this age?
Can she give birth?
Yes. 47.
Yes, she can. Will she go through a lot to achieve that pregnancy?
Yes, she will.
And you have a discussion with your doctor. He will discuss your options with you and you will make a choice. Because you have to decide that I'm willing to make the commitment and the necessary investment in time and effort and money to achieve that objective.
Okay, sis. So, doc says that yes, you can. Will you have to go through a bit more to have the baby? Most likely. So, have a conversation with your doctor and you can start working at that. All hope is not lost. That's the best part of it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great. May I know your name?
My name is Tony.
Tony. All right, Tony, you're on there. Let's hear you.
Yes, there's a program in Joy Primary, and I want to contribute. How do you call it? I want to know.
Yes, Tony, please ask your question.
Yeah, I want to know from the doctor that what time you can make this transplant.
Which transplant are we talking about?
I'm talking about if you go to doctor and you want how do you call it? Your partner cannot give a baby, and then you want to go to doctor for transplant, something like that.
Okay,
and I want to know from the woman. I want to know from the doctor that at what age it cannot do it.
Okay. Doc, do you understand?
At what age can it not be done?
Yes.
The issue is more of how fit or suitable she is. There are people who are at the age of 30 and you check them out and can see that it's not going to be successful because the uterus is just not able to carry.
Okay.
There are some who are 50 and you check the uterus, it looks nice and good. It responds to medication, it is shedding nicely and you're able to get a message from it and she can carry.
Okay.
So all depends on the individual. After the assessment, we would know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Great, thank you. Daniela, could you click on that particular where the cursor is for me? Thanks, Adam. Quick adjustment as in when, how do I cope or what to do? I'm taking a well woman. Okay, it's the same person who talked about the heart beating and she's asking if the symptoms could be.
No, she needs to see a physician.
Okay.
Because we have to assess you and think whether is it significant enough for us to give you something. There are various things that can be given to you. Some no problems, no side effects, just take it, no problem. There are others that are actually come with its own challenges, and that we must be convinced that A, you can manage it, and B, to benefit you. So it's not just a matter of you really need to go and take this or go and take that. No.
Okay. No. Yeah, I think some of us tend to do that a lot. We have conversations with our friends, with our cousins, our siblings, and our aunties, and we're like, oh, menopause is hitting. Then the person will tell you, oh, take this, take this. I was taking this, it was helping. But some of these things, it's very important that you have a conversation with your doctor and you're put on the right management. It's very important. Hi, Diamond. Hello, Diamond. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
We need some diamonds, so. Please, you're on air. We can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, I've managed my wife since 2008. And dramatically, before our marriage, she got pregnant. So we have to quickly rush and make sure that we perform the marriage right. And I think about 3 months or so after the marriage, then the pregnant got spoiled.
Oh.
And after that, it took some time before she got pregnant again. Within the same period of 3 months, she lost the pregnancy again. And since then, she has not conceived again. We didn't know what. We went to see gynecology at Kolebu, and they have also advised us what we should do. We follow all those processes. So it's still the same. And recently we met a doctor in a private facility, which he also conducted. Maybe I was thinking that maybe the problem was coming from me. That's why she's not conceiving. Which he conducted some semen tests on me. Then after that, she said, well, everything of me is okay. But we don't know what is actually happening, and she's still not taking a seat. And I saw that the doctor was very passionate in explaining some of these things, especially menopause. But I feel that I need to chip in also my challenges and see whether he can be of help to us.
Okay, before Doc comes in, let me ask you. So how old is your wife now?
My wife is about 38 now.
Okay. The 2 pregnancies that were lost about the same time, did they tell you what they diagnosed, what the causes could be?
No, they didn't tell us any. What was, they said that after the second conceive, they said there was a water in the womb. They say there's a water which they did some operation in there. You know, they know the first pregnancy, before, when the blood was coming out, they need to go and do a D&C for her. Because according to the doctor, the fetus cannot survive. So they need to take it out from her, which they did.
Okay. Doc?
Sounds like she's got a particular kind of problem. The nature of the 2 miscarriages suggests a particular problem, and that is consistent with her having difficulty in getting pregnant subsequently. If it is that, fixable. However, there may be other challenges that may be involved. So hopefully she still has some. I think it's not an impossible case.
Right.
The age is helpful. and the nature of the problem that he has described to is something that can actually be
looked at.
addressed. So
Okay.
she needs to see a fertility specialist. If she does, we should be able to sort it out.
Okay, great. Oh, too bad your line dropped. Good morning, Doc. This is Selassie, your patient and a friend. I just turned 48. My problem is I feel pain under my foot when walking. I feel tired and I do not like noisy people around me nowadays. Is it also a sign of menopause? And what should be done?
Hi, Selassie. How are you doing? It does look like you are getting there. The things you are mentioning, India, it looks like you are getting there. Well, what should be done? The question is how much does it affect you? One of the things in Africa that tends to happen is that we try and give you an opportunity to run through it as peacefully as possible. The challenge comes with people who are having difficulty to do that, and the effects are really affecting their life. Those are the ones that actually need support. So if, as for noisy people here, you can try and manage them. The pain in the foot, yes, we need to take a look at that one and try and figure it out. So if your symptoms are not too bad and you are coping, it's okay. If your symptoms are worrying you significantly, something needs to be done about it. Okay. You don't need to go through this and keep suffering unnecessarily when there are options available for you.
Okay. This is from a very good friend. She says that, does the pill help with the menstrual irregularities? I notice when I am not on the pill, I miss my period. But when I am on it, it comes normal. And she's around 49.
The pill does help to make the menses come regularly. The question is, what are we trying to achieve? If it's just a regular menses we are trying to achieve, maybe it's a method. But if you are around menopause and your menses does not come regularly, it's part of the process. I don't know why you would want your menses to be coming more regularly at that age when you are trying to actually stop having the menses.
Okay.
Each to his own.
So that's it for you. It says, hi Ajara, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Ajara, can you hear us?
Yes, please.
Okay, please go ahead with your question.
I actually need a doctor's contact and the facility he's coming from so that I can go see him.
Okay, Elimus Health. We'll put the number out there before we leave, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now, we will be wrapping up very soon. Daniela, do we have anybody else on the line or any more questions to deal with? Okay, we have one last caller. We'll pick that one and then we will wrap up on the show. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Are you?
I am well, thank you. May we know your name?
I'm Collins.
Okay, Collins.
Yes.
Collins, let's hear you.
Yes, please, I want to find out. My wife is 54, going to 55 years now, and she's still experiencing her menstruation.
Wow.
She's still experiencing?
Menstruation.
Oh, yeah.
That's not normal. That's not typical
Which
at all.
age was the 50?
65. Did you say 60? I said 65.
50.
5'5", 4'5",
55.
5'5".
Yes.
Well, yes, some people can go a bit longer than usual. It comes every month regularly?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, every month regularly.
Okay.
Meanwhile, when she was younger, like 25 to 30, 35, her menstrual cycle wasn't as regular as it is now.
Has she lost weight?
No. Rather adding weight.
She's adding weight.
Yeah.
Husband is worried.
I guess the adding weight is part of the problems that come with when you are reaching menopause. I guess she's one of those that's on the other end of the scale. At least I thought it was 6'5". 6'5" would have been totally out of way. 5'5" on the other hand is actually towards the upper end of the scale, so it may not necessarily be abnormal. However, it would be nice for her to have a scan at least so that we can check her endometrium and make sure that it is not excessively thick. If it's excessively thick, we get worried. But if it's normal thickness, it may be okay.
All right. Then my challenge is that she's in the U.S. right now, as we speak.
Well, if she lives there, I'm sure she has regular annual checkups. It's part of their culture.
Yes.
So then they'll be taking a look at it, so she should be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You sounded very worried. I hope your fears have been allayed to an extent.
I'm not even worried. I'm not worried at all, but we discussed it, She herself is what's going on?
Maybe her mother's menses also lasted for a long time, or her sisters? It may be something in their family.
She hasn't got any sister.
Ah, okay. So all the menses is upon her.
Okay.
She'll be fine.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Doc.
Yes.
We're wrapping up. So for all the women, okay, no, let me ask this one. I am in that bracket, right? So if you haven't stepped into menopause yet. You know, your irregularities haven't even started.
Yes.
But you know that gradually you will get there.
You get there.
What should we start doing?
Exercise.
Okay.
Manage your weight. Monitor. Eat as healthily as possible.
Okay.
Reduce your sugar intake.
Okay.
Manage your stress.
Okay.
Stress is like, a huge trigger. Manage your stress. And communicate.
And communicate. I knew that she was going to send me this message. She says, as part of the list, can you add have more sex?
Oh, please. The time is coming where, like I said, the years of famine shall come.
So if you have the energy now,
oh please,
go ahead.
Make the most of the years of plenty.
Okay, great. I think that, personally, right, I have also been a bit, anxious about this menopause conversation, because you hear people say a lot of things. Hey, now I can't even feel myself. You look at women you used to know and how active and stylish they are. All of a sudden they're looking somewhere when you're it's the menopause. I'm like, okay, this menopause thing, and everybody has a different story they're telling around it. Last week I was with my sister-in-law. She said, these days, she forgets everything. So she has stopped hiding anything. She put something away. She won't find it again. And she won't remember where she put it. So she stopped putting anything away. Even if it's important, she'll just leave it there so she can see it. Some people have even talked about hair loss and all that. And so you go like, okay, this thing. But from the things you're saying, yes, we all will react to it differently. But knowledge is power. I'm sure we have gained some knowledge this morning, and we'll continue to read, engage our doctors around it, and psychologically prepare, eat well, exercise, manage your stress, manage your weight, reduce your sugar and your salt intake, and just to be healthy. And let's embrace it in style. We will get there, definitely. But Doc, thank you very much. 3 weeks back to back.
Yeah.
We still have the conversation on family planning to have. So
there's
we'll
a gentleman who said he met me at the funeral. His initials are JT. He lives in Tema. And he said, Doc, this menopause thing, we have to talk about it too. Because my wife, the thing she do right now, they like.
So we just have talked about
JT,
it.
we've had a conversation.
And support your wife. So we're wrapping up now. Our programs, for the day are all set. But today we have the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey. It's happening at the Aviation Social Center. So you want to join us there later in the day from about midday, and have a lot of fun with us. But here on Joy, Weekend Tea Show is coming up. Then we go on to have News File. And then we will have Sports Link. Then we will have Showbiz A to Z. And then we will have flashback in the evening before DJ Black comes on with Open House Party. Stay with us and enjoy all our programs. My name is Aryertey, Dr. Padi. Elima's Health. Where's the number again? Our time is so up. But let's put the number up because people are expecting that number. Let's put it out there quickly and then run away from the studio. Doc, have you found it?
Yes, I was going to give Daniela's
okay,
number.
I have it 0248 075568. 0248 075568. So you can call to book an appointment. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, Mr. Lawson. So what is this?
I'm checking my money.
For what?
It's getting to the end of the month. I'm going to pay my rent.
You haven't heard of rent to own?
Rent to own?
Well, under the Plant City Extension project, they offer you a whopping discount for this month of